Father Indigo, big dog right now. Give people a chance to get notified and come in. Gonna get into these other nations, and hey, you guys gonna have to tell us, why do you guys seem to think that you have any authority or any reason to say anything about the covenant that the Most High made with his people? You see what I'm saying? Great job, Brother Sly. Great job, Brother Moriel. Great video the other night with Sister Romy. I was enjoying my feast last night with the Most High, thanking him for the 7 months of manifestation with Pluto. And it was crazy because out here in California, there is huge events going on out there in the fields. You know, military-like atmosphere going on out there in the fields in Oxnard and Camarillo, with the federal agents making moves out there. And like last week and a half, I drove up north and I went right through those places. Went through those fields in Camarillo, Oxnard, some of those fields over in Santa Barbara, going up north. And I saw very few people working in the fields. These fields go on forever. These fields are enormous. And there is very few people working the fields. So for them to go out there yesterday, and we're going to show some of the videos, and start to, arrest, a lot of the immigrants. They said there's like 240,000 people who work those fields, and that around half of them are undocumented workers. So, of course, that's going to be a huge target. But the thing is that Trump said a couple weeks ago, we're not going to target these people. But then within a couple of weeks, he's targeting these people. So you're getting that same treatment that we got. Oh, you guys are going to get 40 acres and a mule. Psych. Oh, you guys are going to get equal treatment under the law. Psych. Oh, the police officers aren't going to just target you for the color of your skin. Psych. Same things. But see, I'm going to show us a couple of videos of these. Now, you can see like how these other nations, all these immigrants have been working. You guys took the covenant that was made between myself and my power, and you thought you could interpret it. Talking about, we don't need reparations. We don't need justice. That happened a long time ago. All the while, you came over here and you have been enjoying our reparations. So let's play a little Father Indigo right now. And get some more people get notified to come on in.
nation, uniting all the nations. They go bust it out for patience, cooking pizza, having aprons, angelic in my cadence. These causes separations, sounding like moving blatant. Reckon God been waiting, initiating stations, pyramids rising vibrations. Open up your heart to my Lord right now. God resonate, time to bring my crown. Don't believe it's water, non-believers must drown. Don't need a Bentley, cause my tribe was bound. Been hated on since the king touched down. Everything you owe us, you must bring us now. Big, big God, big God, Found Christ, no TDJs. On the cool, can't see a face. Our DNA can't create a race. White Jesus, we replace. Wet V can't eat a steak. With my people, hey. This ain't planet, hey. Must go down, no, hey. Aboriginal, Swedish royalty, celestial. Big God, big God, big God.
You other nations, you try to think that you're in some kind of a position to interpret the covenant I have with my power. And that goes for all of you, because that was part of the deal you made with Satan, with the colonizers. When they, and from the Odes of Solomon, when they invited you to come on in and you had to vomit up your wisdom in order to get the dainties here, you also had to be in cahoots with the colonizers to tell us that we did not deserve reparations. We did not deserve justice. But again, under what authority does someone who has been allowed to come over here and enjoy my reparations and then tell me I don't deserve it? This is why all of these things are happening to you. And see, no one else is going to say why. They're just going to, Trump's going to say these things. He's going to, authorize this stuff. people are saying, you know, well, why is this happening? We've been good slaves. I mean, we've worked hard. We've worked hard. We haven't been good. We've done what you told us to do. We've been your servants, your pet. I mean, we've worked hard. You've done everything that they've told you to do, and still look at what's happening to you. Why this is happening is because you thought to interpret a covenant that was made between us, the Most High and His people. You thought you could interpret it. Because this is an A and B discussion. You can see your ass the way out. This is between the Most High and His people and everybody else. You can see yourselves on out. So there's crazy stuff going on. Like I said, when I drove up north like a week and a half ago, I was driving through these fields in Oxnard and Camarillo. I'm telling you, these, when you go past Santa Barbara, or actually go past like San Luis Obispo and you keep going up north, there is the Central Valley. I mean, these fields are massive. You have to see it to believe it. Grace, thank you, Sister Lisa. You've got to see how vast these fields are to believe it. I mean, California feeds many people all over the world. Okay? And when I'm looking at all these fields, usually you would see just scores and scores of people working these fields because they gotta quickly harvest them at a particular time. There was almost no one in these fields. And then when you did see, you'd see a couple of buses dropping off the workers. But I mean, like, for as many fields as you see, there were very few workers. And then yesterday, I guess there was like a huge influx of ICE agents and military garb and military vehicles moving in on these workers. And I wanted to say, they said there was like over 200,000 workers, field workers, and around half of them are undocumented. You know, so I'm going to show you guys real quick, these videos.
A cannabis field.
Fair use. Fair use.
A dramatic crash near Camarillo. A federal agent seen dropping flashbangs into a crowd of protesters during a raid of a cannabis field. The confrontation becoming violent in the heat of the day. Demonstrators seen throwing rocks at agents' vehicles, and one unidentified man repeatedly punched and kicked by protesters before leaving the area. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter live at the scene that is still active tonight. Leanne.
Mark, it certainly is. You can hear some of the protesters here behind me. A handful remain. I'll show you them here on this side of the farm. They are posted on both sides of this massive farm, as are federal agents who remain on the scene. You can see them farther down the road here. Border Patrol says that it served a warrant on the farm today because it's accused of hiring and harboring undocumented workers. Screams and chaos as federal agents throw tear gas and flashbangs into the crowd in a face-off with protesters during an immigration raid at a cannabis farm outside Camarillo.
We were speaking our minds like we can as U.S. citizens. We have tear gas, we have pepper-based pump.
All of a sudden, we started shooting and throwing rubber bullets at us, tear gas, and it's been a few times with us just standing there.
The massive enforcement reportedly involving ICE and the National Guard. The target, Glasshouse Farms, which bills itself as the largest cannabis growing operation in the world, employing hundreds of people.
They're working jobs that nobody wants to work. The people that voted for this, they wouldn't work in the fields like how field workers are working.
I have family, I have friends, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, you know, it's workers.
Shortly after ICE moved in, numerous protesters showed up, trying to stop officers from taking busloads of workers away. Some targeting vehicles with rocks and dirt. A violent clash between federal agents and activists drawing a stern reaction from President Trump's border czar.
When you cross a line on impeding us, you're going to be arrested. If you cross the line and put hands on an ICE officer, 0 tolerance, you're going to be arrested. So yell and scream all you want. You're not going to stop ICE from doing our job.
Protesters vowing to continue their efforts to fight for those being detained.
This is happening because you took our covenant in your mouth and you said, you do not deserve justice. You black people, you negros, you negritos, don't deserve justice. Your God cannot and should not and will not fulfill his covenant with you. That is what you other nations have been saying. And now the Most High is standing on business, and he's showing you that what you said means nothing, and that the covenant that he has with our people foregoes everything that you say. This supersedes everything, because this covenant was made before even you people were a people. You guys were not a people. You were not East Indians. You were not
begin this morning
Mexicans.
in Southern California, where two massive...
You were not English. You were not Irish. You were not French. You were not Jewish. You were not Russians. None of you guys were here when the Most High made a covenant with us. So you guys are now reaping, again, your ancestors made these covenants with the colonizers. And see, we did the same kind of things when we protested, but they didn't say like, hey, we don't care what you guys say. We don't care how much you protest. You can scream and yell all you want. It's not going to stop us from doing our jobs. That's what they did to us. That's what they're doing to you. Let me play a little bit more of the video. I want you guys to see. Like I said, this is... Hold on.
On impeding us, you're going to be arrested. If you cross the line and put hands on an ICE officer, 0 tolerance, you're going to be arrested. So yell and scream all you want. You're not going to stop ICE from doing our job.
Protesters vowing to continue their efforts to fight for those being detained.
We just kick them out. They're literally the Nazis of 2025. This is the United States of America. And we don't have the military come in and just disappear our people. People have rights in this country.
Where were our rights? They disappeared us many a times. They came in and took our people, and we never saw them. They still do. Took our children, fed them alligators. This is America. Now I'll see now. This is now it's happening to you. So now all of a sudden, this isn't America now. But when it happened to us, you had no problems. Oh, just comply. You see what I'm saying? Listen to this. Look at the hypocrisy. The Most High is now giving you everything, starting to, that you guys gave us.
Thing that's usable for...
So go real quick to Psalms 50 and 16. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. You took our Bible, took our covenant, and said, oh, that covenant's for everybody. Oh, that covenant's not just for Israelites. Oh, you're not Israel. Oh, you don't deserve reparations. Oh, you don't deserve restoration. You see what I'm saying? This is why I've been asking you guys like forever, show me under what authority you get to say which books we can read. Under what authority says you get to break down what the scriptures mean. And none of you have been able to do that. None of you have been willing to do that. Running to Paul and say, well, Paul said, Paul has no authority to say you get to dictate what we can and can't read and what it means. Yeah, that's exactly it. They played stupid games and won stupid prizes. So again, Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? You're done. The Most High is showing you, you're done. You guys went and made a covenant with the colonizers. They took our Bible and they've been trying to break it down or twist it for their own benefit. It's done. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. This is why you've been using the immigrants to say things like, we don't deserve reparations. We don't deserve restoration. Because you paid them to say these things. That's why Deuteronomy 28:43 is so important. The stranger that is within thee shall get up get up above thee very high. So you put them in these positions of authority so they can say things. And then, oh, well, look, they're brown, they're people of color, and they're saying, you don't deserve restoration. You don't deserve justice. See that? I'm gonna play a quick video that was sent to me this morning. I want to show it to you. About this woman looks like she's East Indian, telling us what we do and don't deserve. So I make sure I'm sending my angels out to visit her. Make sure you guys visit her and her family for saying these things, because you're sitting here talking about our covenant and telling us what we deserve. You're trying to tell the Most High what He's gonna do. That's what you other nations have been doing. Oh, you guys don't deserve reparations. You don't deserve restoration. Oh, so you're telling the Most High what we deserve. You think you're in a position to tell the Most High what He's gonna do for His people, while you took the benefits for yourselves. Let me get this video real quick. Hold on. And of course, it's Joe Rogan who loves this video. Of course he does, because he's a white man who's loving a person of color, saying all the great things that he wants to say to us. Okay, hold on. Of course, hold on.
The U.S. government fought a war to end slavery. How much should the descendants of the 400,000 Union soldiers who lost their lives fighting...
Hold on, I want to go back to the start, hold on.
...fighting to free the slaves pay to the descendants...
So East Indian woman, I'm sure she's in some kind of a conference. I'm sure she's been raised up so she can say these things. But just look, listen to this woman. We're sending our angels to visit you. Because again, you think that you're going to tell the Most High what He's going to do for us, or what He should do for us. You're trying to tell us what the Holy Spirit says she's going to do for us. You think you're in a position to tell our mother how she's going to protect her children, how she's going to get a restitution for her children. That's what you think. Okay.
Practice of slavery was legal. We need to remember that governments did not own slaves. Slave owners did. In fact, the U.S. government fought a war to end slavery. How much should the descendants of the 400,000 Union soldiers who lost their lives fighting to free the slaves pay to the descendants of the slaves they freed? It's bizarre to suggest that human beings should inherit the outrage of the deeds of their parents. Should the child born from a rapist be branded a rapist because of his father's criminality? Should the child of a mass murderer be sent to prison because of his father's crime? No. In America, in the main, it was the Democrats who owned slaves, and the Democrats who in the main passed and enforced Jim Crow laws. It was also the Democrats who founded the Ku Klux Klan. Should the current Democratic Party be held responsible for this? No. We do not inherit the sins of our fathers. slaves. Slave owners did.
No. Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorites.
The practice of slavery was legal. We need to remember that governments did not own slaves. Slave owners did. In fact, the U.S. government fought a war to end slavery. How much should the descendants of the 400,000 Union soldiers who lost their lives fighting to free the slaves pay to the descendants of the slaves?
Oh, hold on here. Hold on, great family. I don't know what. Chuck, you're overheated a little bit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so hold on. You're kind of acting up a little bit here. So as you can see right there, it's this is why the things are happening to you guys that's happening right now. It's happening to you because you guys went ahead and you made a covenant with these people. And now it's time to pay. It's time to pay. So now, you're wondering like why these things are happening. Why are, what do we do? Why are these things happening? Because like I said, it's happening to the immigrants first. It's happening to these immigrants first for a reason. Because again, the last will be first, the first will be last. So we're the only ones that are showing you why these things are happening. A lot of you younger people, you don't really know about the history of what your parents have done, what your grandparents have done, what your great-grandparents have done. They haven't probably told you about the covenant they made with these colonizers. The fact, you guys seem to think that we're all equal Americans. All the while that this whole country has not been treating us as equals. But you haven't cared, because you get people like this that come out here and tell you that, oh, you don't have to worry about this because you don't deserve reparations. Who the hell are you, woman? You probably East Indian woman. Who the hell are you? Were you here from 1492 to whenever the hell you got here? Who in the hell are you to say anything? This is, again, an A and B conversation. This is an Edomite, Israelite conversation. This has nothing to do with all of you other nations who came here. So for you to come out here and whenever this woman did, 2022, 2023, whenever she said something and say something like that, you have nothing to do with what happened between us, Israelites, and these Edomites. They were the ones that were going to have to pay. But see, they brought you into this. They brought all you other nations into this. They brought you and let you get up very high. They let you get up very high. And they brought us very low. So now you are now in this conversation. Now, not only are the Edomites going to have to pay, now all these other associates are going to have to pay. All of you other associates, people who associated with Esau and took the bag from Esau. Now, exactly, you are the monkeys in the middle. Now you are going to have to pay. That is why now this is all coming on you as well. And that's it, Chris G. You guys had better learn to lock those lips, because you guys are now, you're just digging deeper and deeper ditches. When you guys say things like, oh, the people don't have to pay for the sins of their fathers, while we've been paying for them. You're going to sit there and say, people don't have to pay for the sins of their fathers. You had womb law. You had womb law. So as soon as our women had a baby, that baby was a slave. So the fact that you guys support a nation that participated in womb law, and you support that nation, and you tell that nation that they don't have to pay for the sins of their father, while they have laws on the books that said that kids had to pay for the sins of their fathers because they went into slavery as soon as they were born. Now you've brought yourself into this. Now you have brought yourself into this war, and you've picked a side. You thought you picked the winning side because for the last 60 years, you've been able to come over here and get the dainties. I'm here to show you that our power says, no, you haven't won anything except these hands, these spiritual hands from the Most High. You're getting this spiritual beat down right now, so you understand when those physical hands come on you, you'll know why. The Most High is letting you know that you're going to see the Most High's power. So you just, right there, you just cut yourself when you sat there and said things like, people should know that this is America. We don't have to pay for the sins of our fathers, while America had laws that pretty much said that the children have to pay for the sins of the father through womb law. So hold on, I'm going to put on another video. Let me turn the vehicle back on. This isn't going to work. Hold on.
And it's just chaos out here. Right now they're popping off tear gas canisters and folks are just running like crazy. And it's just chaos out here. I'm gonna have to get out of the way, folks. Right now they're popping off tear gas canisters and folks are just running like crazy. And it's just chaos out here. I'm gonna have to get out of the way, folks.
That's our very own Leo Stallworth, caught in all the chaos, the clash between protesters and federal agents reaching a boiling point Thursday. Demonstrators faced off with agents who were serving an immigration enforcement warrant at Glass House Farms for allegedly hiring and harboring undocumented workers. The farm is the largest cannabis growing operation in the world and employs hundreds of people. The operation involved Border Patrol, ICE, and the National Guard. Uniformed officers stood in line blocking a road as protesters tried to stop agents from taking workers away. The situation escalated after that. Several people were seen throwing objects at the agents, and agents used smoke canisters and flashbangs to try to disperse the crowds.
This is unnecessary, what's happening out here in our community. What we're seeing is we're seeing our hardworking families who are doing the work that really nobody wants to do. We know that they actually don't take away work. They do the work and then they create businesses that employ many others. They're seeking opportunities that are better for themselves.
So they come here and do the work that everybody wants to do, then they make up businesses and employ others. Again, that's how you guys had your opportunity to come, get these jobs, get federal benefits that took care of many of your needs so you can just make your money, set up businesses so that then you could go ahead and employ your own people, right? That is Deuteronomy 28:43. So that the strangers can come in, raise themselves up over you, and keep you down very, very low. Those days are over with, my boy. That's the problem. That's what you guys don't get. You've already had 60 years to do that. That is what you guys don't understand. You've already had your opportunity to do that. Hold on. That's what these people do not get. Those days of doing that operation operandi right there, being able to come over, Get free benefits, because that's how you guys were able to do this. You were able to do this because you got free healthcare. You got free housing. You're getting free food. You're able to come in with multiple people, live together, bank your money, set up businesses, get business loans that we couldn't get home loans that we couldn't get. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what you guys have been benefiting from. And that time is over with. So you want to come out here like this is something that's like, I don't know, godly, when it's not. That is not godly. It sounds great to you because of this capitalistic system that was set up on our backs so that you could get benefits. But you're not telling the people that you're getting all these benefits off of the backs of the Israelites. That is what you're not telling the people. You're not telling them that, hey, we got all these free benefits. We were able to build up so we could build up our businesses because of Deuteronomy 28:43. Because for a time, the Most High said that he was going to do this to his people and put them at the bottom, make us jealous, using the other nations. But that benefit is done. That benefit is over with. You're not going to get that opportunity anymore. Sorry. You're not going to get that opportunity to do that anymore. But this guy's like prideful. Oh, we do the jobs you don't want to do. Yeah, so did we. It's called slavery. We did the job nobody else wanted to do. But you know what? We didn't get any government benefits to be able to build up for ourselves while we were doing all the jobs that no one else wanted to do. So see, that BS doesn't work either. Oh, we do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. Yeah, we did that too. But you also get benefits that we didn't get, right? You got all these benefits for coming over here and doing the jobs that nobody else wanted to do. So it wasn't just you just did it out of the goodness of your heart. You did it because you got something out of it. You got something out of it. You got benefits that were not promised to you. You see what I'm saying?
Two massive ICE raids targeting farm workers turned violent. Federal agents were seen blasting what appeared to be tear gas canisters at protesters.
Fair use.
Demonstrators tried to block ICE agents from arresting workers by throwing rocks. And all of this comes days after President Trump said there would be no amnesty for migrant farm workers.
No amnesty.
In a statement to CBS News, the Department of Homeland Security defended these raids, saying, quote, "Our brave officers will continue to enforce the law." CBS News immigration reporter Camila Montoya Galvez brings us more details now on what happened exactly. Camila, good morning to you. We don't usually see incidents like this. How were protesters able to mobilize ahead of time?
Good morning, Errol. What we know is that federal immigration agents at Customs and Border Protection and ICE together collectively raided this cannabis farm in Southern California that officials are now alleging, Errol, was hiring and employing people who are in the country unlawfully and who are not legally authorized to work in the U.S. It is unclear how many workers were actually arrested, but according to Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Rodney Scott, at least 10 of the workers were children. About 8 of them, or 6 of them, were unaccompanied minors, and the facility, according to the commissioner, is now being investigated for potential child labor violations. The Department of Homeland Security, as you noted in their statement, said that agents had federal criminal warrants to conduct this operation, not just administrative.
So talking about how they had children working there and unaccompanied children working there in these companies and stuff like that. So like I said, that's between Psalms 83. You know what I'm saying? I said, but when I keep hearing stuff like, oh, they just want to come here and do the jobs that nobody wants to do. Well, wait, make sure you tell them about all the benefits that they get for free as well. Tell them about the benefits that they get, because it's not like they just get. It's like when a lot of people were working like at Walmart and they're not getting like a livable wage, and then they're able to go and get food stamps and everything because they don't make enough. It's the same thing. The government is subsidizing their ability to live here. There's another video that I found I want to share real quick, talking about a lot of people were able to get job training that were not here legally from the time of Clinton. So it's funny because of that girl was trying to talk about, oh, the Democrats started the KKK, the Democrats were slavery. I was like, who cares? There's no such thing as everyone's benefited though. Everyone benefited. It wasn't just Democrats that benefited. Everybody benefited. Psalms 83 has benefited. White people have benefited. Black people who have gone over there with them, Blastos, have benefited. So watch.
Have y'all read this? Undocumented immigrants were able to access federal funds for trade schools because of the Clinton administration. Clinton administration violated the act, the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act, which was specifically for U.S. citizens and people that were over here legally. Under this act, there was federal funds set aside to help citizens come out of poverty, to help citizens not depend on welfare. These were like post-secondary programs such as careers and skill and trade and skill programs. Clinton administration, he wrote a letter in 1997, dear colleagues, please exempt the post-secondary programs from this act. Please exempt the post-secondary programs from this act. And that's how undocumented immigrants were able to access federal funds and Pell Grants to help them go through trade school and other career opportunities. That was specifically meant for U.S. citizens and permanent residents that were trying to come out of poverty or that was trying to come off of welfare dependency, depending on the government in general. Mind you, this was from 1997. They've been having access to these federal funds for trade
28
school.
years.
Have y'all read that?
28 years. They've been having access to these programs for 28 years. Hold on. Is not the Most High exposing these people? But see, oh, they come here and they do the jobs you don't want to do. But they also get Pell Grants. They also get trade school. They also get free education. They also get free food. They also get free housing. So they get to do those jobs and just bank all that money. So they weren't coming over here and not getting no help whatsoever. And then have someone like that East Indian woman sit here and say, oh, you guys, why should anybody have to pay for slavery? Why should anybody have to pay? See, now it's all coming out and you guys have nothing to say. You don't see any Blastos coming out here with these videos, connecting the dots, using the Bible, using the scripture, using the covenant that was made for us. The covenant was made for us. So therefore, you haven't, when you say things like, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, you're telling the Most High what he's going to do for his people. And that's why I pray the Most High sends his angels out for them. And then, oh, this, you shouldn't be doing this to these people. They just want to come here and work. Yes, and get free benefits. And get free benefits. You didn't do, like I said, you didn't do all this stuff just because. You did it for the free benefits that, you know, when they said, come over here and get your piece of the pie, we got all these free benefits that we were supposed to give these niggas over here, but we're going to give them to you. Come on over here and, you know, come over here and chase after your American dream, and I'll give you all these benefits that I was supposed to give these black people here. I'm going to give them to you. Now it's all making sense. So now when these police officers are turning against them, now it's very clear as to why, because the Most High has turned them against you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're the church of the Most High, the called out elect. There's no such thing as a church that you guys are talking about with white Jesus. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. But I guess you're saying that Most High's not going to do this because you say so. Most High say he's not going to do this because you say so. You see what I'm saying? This is so much bigger than we thought because the Most High is bringing up more and more information. Exactly right, Brother Sly. Notice how one of the stipulations was that the man could not be in the house when we got assistance. But they let immigrants stay together en masse. Very true. Exactly. In fact, they encourage them to, hey, live a bunch of you guys in one house. You know, a bunch of you guys so you guys can bank your money. You see what I'm saying? So yes, you guys thinking that you're going to just send some person of color, as you say, up there to say we don't deserve something. Again, you're trying to negate our covenant. This is the covenant the Most High has with us. This is not a covenant that the Most High had with that woman that was saying those things. You see what I'm saying? This is why, like, all these Hamites making all these videos about what the Latinos are saying and what they're going through, and them just sitting there with their phone like, while they let the videos play, but they're not giving any. Oh well, black people, you gonna pay too, Ham. You gonna pay too. You're not one of us. The Most High doesn't have a covenant with you, so you about to pay too. So again, Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So make sure all you different Psalms 83 people figure out where you fit there. Did you take us into captivity? Maybe you didn't. But then did you have us as a spoil? Yeah, because you spoiled our resources. You got the resources that were supposed to go to us, and they became a spoil to you. And you use them to build yourselves up. You used our spoils for yourselves and built yourself up. Oh, they come here into the jobs they don't want to do while they're getting all these free benefits so they can buy homes and buy this and go here and get college and this and that. Now you see where you fit in. You just figure out where you fit in because you fit in somewhere in here. You fit in somewhere. So for 17, Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Most High, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. That right there is all of you other nations, as well as the colonizers, and all of you other immigrants who came over here and got all these benefits. You were the ones saying, this is Zion, whom no one looks after. We were an outcast. Don't be marrying no black people. Don't be associating with them. All that. All of that. This very crafty counsel. So as you're receiving my benefits, and now you're in a position to think you're in a position to tell me what the Most High is going to do for me. Yeah, a good try with that. That's not going to fly. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them. We've been fishing. What's next? And after will I send for many hunters, and they will hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. That is where you're at. You can already see a lot more hunters now. So Jeremiah 16:19, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction. That is what you guys are going through now. This is affliction coming up for you because you have came and you've stolen our resources and you kept them for yourself. You kept them as a spoil for yourselves. And now that day of affliction is here for you. In the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. It was not a profit for you to steal our resources. It might have been for that 60 years, but having to pay double, is not going to be good for you. There was no benefit. It was a very temporary benefit, but that benefit now for you is a wrap. It's done. I think I said it's safe to say that you guys have come to the end of this blessing that you got from the colonizers. You wanted to be like them. That's why all your guys' stuff isn't working anymore. Like you said. saying things like, oh, we have the common enemy. We need to come together. No. Because now the Most High is bringing out these, was it a common enemy when you were getting Pell Grants, free trade school, free food, free money, when you weren't even here legally in the first place? When you were not even supposed to be here, but not only were you here, you were soaking up our benefits while we were told we couldn't get them. While we were having told we don't deserve them. Now you get to share the plagues with the colonizers. And that's why you're seeing so much distress going on right now. You see all the distress going on with the other nations now. Because they've come to the end of their blessing, and now that bill is due. You know, and sure, many of you guys have probably heard about the current that has reversed down in the southern part of the world, down towards Antarctica, and it's going to cause a lot of destabilize a lot of things in our weather patterns, right? Something that's never happened before. I'm going to play it real quick. Let me get it. Because this is, again, showing you where we are, and the Most High is showing you things that have never happened before are happening now. So again, this is like a flip. Like if everything's flipping for us, we've been risen to the top, they've been put at the bottom. The same thing is going on with the weather. Let's see which one I want to show you. Can I hear anything here? Hold on.
In reverse. I'm gonna say that again for the ones in the back that didn't hear what I just said. Family. So I don't know if you guys know, but the ocean current has went in reverse. I'm gonna say that again for the ones in the back that didn't hear what I just said. The ocean current is reversing. So I need y'all to know that the Southern Ocean is the waters that is wrapping around Antarctica. Okay? So these waters hold the strongest currents on Earth. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos of the Leviathan Gate when they're trying to cross it when they're in Antarctica, but them waves are massive. So the current that I am speaking of is the Antarctica circumpolar current, right? Which is also named the ACC. So it is being either reported or observed that the current is slowing, shifting, or even reversing, y'all. So you might ask, what does this mean, right? So this means that the conveyor belt is breaking down, y'all. This also means that the south is getting hotter and the north is getting colder. This also means that listen to me now, the fresh water is flooding the salt, right? Now, listen. That means that these waters is gonna be salty as hell. Listen, I'm advising everybody to stay out the freaking water, family. Stay out the water.
So again,
this just happened for the first time in over 30 years of monitoring, and no one's talking about it. A deep ocean current in the Southern Ocean, one that helps regulate the planet's climate, has started to slow down, or possibly reverse. Scientists are calling it the Antarctic overturning circulation. It moves cold, salty water from the surface to the ocean floor, powering a global conveyor belt that keeps temperatures stable. But now, it's breaking. Melting Antarctic ice is flooding the system with fresh water, and that water is too light to sink. Without that sinking motion, the current stalls. Sea ice is vanishing. Salinity is crashing. Wind patterns are shifting. This system was supposed...
So again, huge changes are here. We already know, we know it in the spirit realm already. Now they're about to feel it in this physical realm. So I want to say thank you again to everybody for being here today. Much love to the family. Prayers and blessings to everybody who supports myself as well as the Israelite community. It has been a blessing to, be able to do this and to be raised up at this point and have true understanding where no one else is giving this understanding. All you see with the other nations right now is them falling down further and further, being exposed more every single day. The pieces coming together, all praises to the Most High and our Holy Spirit and our big brother Yahushai and our angels and our our ancestors, all bringing this all to a head. Much love, family. Shalom.